Hey, what's going on YouTube? Nathan Olson here from YourCharisma.com, helping you create your brand your way. On this channel, we do a lot of digital marketing solutions and creative help, so if you have not already subscribed, please subscribe. Today, we're going to be talking about when you should be posting in 2019 if you want to maximize your results in both organic reach as well as follower growth. So make sure to stay tuned. We're going to be giving away a lot of juicy details. You guys are going to want to listen up for this. In 2019 on Instagram, we've been hit with a ton of algorithm updates, both on the Explore page, not only the way it's set up, but also the way people can find your content. The problem with the new Instagram algorithm updates, we've talked about it before on this channel, but I'm going to review it again for those that don't know. The problem is that organic reach is basically dead on Instagram. Instagram is moving more and more to Facebook, where businesses are starting to have to pay a lot more in order to reach the same amount of people as compared to previous years, as well as people that aren't businesses. You know, personal accounts and regular accounts have really seen a diminished amount of organic reach on their account feeds. This could be due to the maximized amount of Instagram accounts on the actual platform. So there's just an enormous amount of saturation. So the division of sub niches has really gone up. For example, like pets is now split into categories of dogs, and those niches have excelled in the same way that cars have broken down into brands and those categories have excelled. You know, individuals on the Instagram platform are starting to find more fine-tuned accounts to better match their interests. And as a lot of entrepreneurs have talked in previous years, you know, we're moving to micro content ran to micro demographics, in the sense that you should be creating content to a very specific target audience, and you should be kind of filtering those different pieces of content to a different subgroup, sub niche, or different demographic in order to get the best results, because there's so much vanilla in the world that, you know, a lot of individuals are looking for a very specific type of flavor, and they want that to be showcased to them, and the best way to do that is through your Instagram feed. But unfortunately, you know, with this diminishing organic reach, individuals just don't know when to post on Instagram anymore. I know prior to, we talked about posting 3, 5, even 6, 7, 8 times a day, and every post would get maximum amount of exposure, you know, hitting the Explore page. It seemed as if the more you posted on Instagram, the higher your reach potential and the higher your growth was. But currently now on Instagram, it seems that the less you post, the more organic reach, as well as the more follower growth that you will experience, because the account feed is no longer the vital asset on Instagram anymore. Instagram is creating so many avenues for you to connect with your audience, both with Instagram Threads, IGTV, and Instagram Stories, all of which you should be using instead of the Instagram account feed. What I've noticed personally is that the Instagram account feed for larger accounts can stay dormant for most of the day. I still strongly suggest that you are consistent with one post a day, and that you find a time that works best for your audience. Now, you may be asking yourself, how do I know when to post, and when should I be posting to best reach my audience? If you don't have a business account on Instagram, you can go on, there's types of analytic websites that I'll list in the description down below, so you can check those out. But if you have an Instagram business page, which I strongly suggest you do, you are essentially given free analytics from Instagram that show you the best time and the most active that your audience is, both by day and hour. You can also see gender specifics, demographics, location. You know, location's a huge thing. You wouldn't want to be posting at 3 p.m. Eastern if the majority of your audience is in Asia, because there's about a 24-hour time difference, so you'd be posting at 3 a.m. there. However, if you don't have those, like I said before, websites down in the description, that's going to be where you're going to be able to see kind of where your audience is most active. And at these peak times is when you should be posting to Instagram. This is when your audience is craving and looking for content on Instagram, and you should be supplying it at these times to get the best results and the most follower growth and organic reach. However, as I've seen, as I've experienced on Instagram, I would be posting once a day when your followers are most active on your Instagram feed. However, upload a ton of content on both your Instagram, your IGTV, as well as your Instagram Stories. Personally, with Instagram Stories, it's very impersonal in the sense that you could be posting whenever. I just like to post consistently on the stories, whether it be at different times throughout the day. I just want to make sure I hit a morning post on my Instagram stories, a mid-morning post on my Instagram story, and then a final end of the night post on there as well, because when you post on Instagram stories, your account is actually brought to the top of the Explore feed. Your previous followers know, and your community knows, that you've just posted to your Instagram story and they should check it out. Instagram stories have actually seen an increase in the overall amount of organic reach that they actually can generate, because the Explore page now allows Instagram stories as well as IGTV videos to be showcased in the Explore page feed. That means that individuals can get lost in your Instagram stories in the sense that they're scrolling through the Explore page feed looking for some content, they come across your story, and because you have a bulk of content loaded on there, they could get trapped in there going through 10, 15, 20 different Instagram story posts, and that really helps the overall exposure for your account, and you'll get a lot of leads and generation out of that, because all an individual has to do is click on your profile name and they get right to your profile. They can check your account feed and see that you're also consistent on that, and they'll hit the follow button. But what I've noticed personally, as we've talked about with that morning and afternoon and night shift posting on Instagram stories, between those hours, you should be uploading a bulk of content. It doesn't matter as much when you post in between those times, because your followers are less active, and really you're just uploading this content to stay at the top of the Explore page feed, as well as just putting a ton of content in there. So when your followers are active, they just get encapsulated in your Instagram story. They feel as though like this is all the content that they could want. It's quick, it's painless, and I strongly encourage you guys, Instagram is making it easier to integrate types of actions in your Instagram stories. With a business account, you can do swipe up profile URL links to different locations. With the Instagram stories, you can also use a ton of different buttons, elements, features that allow you to really interact with your audience and pull kind of audience analytics from there, with quizzes, yes, no questions, meters and graphs that show you with an emoji how much they like or dislike an item. There's a ton of ways to connect with your audience through Instagram stories, and posting at those 3 peak times of your audience is the best way to get in front of them. It's the best way to increase your organic reach, and it's going to be the best way to increase your overall follower growth. The same thing goes for IGTV. If you're naturally a good video producer and you have a ton of YouTube content, you should just repurpose that and put it on Instagram TV, or you should shoot shorter, more concise little videos that you can actually post on Instagram TV. I see a ton of individuals utilizing their content on multiple platforms, and I think that's the best way to do it, because you can reuse, repurpose, and send a different message with a variety of different content, even though it's all old content. I see it all the time with previous entrepreneurs that kind of turn their YouTube audio into podcasts. I've seen individuals that take their IGTV videos and turn them into TikToks. It's all about reuse, reduce, recycle. In the same way that we're trying to save the environment, we want to be efficient, and we want to not have to invest so much time in content production if we can simply just repurpose old content. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. As I said before, just understand where your audience is most active through analytics. Don't try to guess. Really just do the analytical understanding and analysis to figure out when's the best time to post for your audience. With Instagram business accounts, the analytics are right there. And the content strategy that we've talked about, you should be uploading as much content to both Instagram stories and IGTV with a soft amount or a low amount of uploading content to the actual account feed. I typically, on all of my accounts, I only post once a day on my Instagram account feed, but I post maybe 15, 20, even 30 posts sometimes on my Instagram stories, because I love to just put it up there. It's really quick. It only lasts 24 hours. And it's simple, and your audience loves to communicate with it, because the best thing, and one of the best things that I like about Instagram stories, one last tip before you guys get out of here, is that with Instagram stories, individuals can directly send you a message, meaning that if they find your content interesting, they have a question, they have, maybe a furthering that you could turn that type of follower, that new question, into a lead. They can send that direct message. You can start an open conversation and open dialogue with that new lead and the potential new follower. And it's really just an easy way to start building a community and building strong relationships on Instagram. So guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. Make sure to stay tuned to the next one. And always, as always, if you have any questions or concerns, or you just wanna talk about something, go ahead and drop it in the comment section below. I'll be answering any and all questions. And have a good one, guys.